Okay, gonna make a quick video here of the Raptor tent I got. I've actually had this tent now for about 2 weeks, maybe a little longer. But I have not gotten around to even unboxing it, as you can see. That's because after I ordered it, I kind of realized I needed to improve my roof rack game. So I have an LX 470, which is basically Land Cruiser, but the LX 470's roof rack kind of went from here and then like stopped here. So I went on to I Hate Mud and bought somebody's old Land Cruiser roof rack that they shipped to me. Cost me about 200 bucks, and did lots and lots of cussing yesterday as I swapped out the LX for the Land Cruiser roof rack. But it gives me another 16 or so inches, so I can spread these two bars here, this one and this one, whereas normally that bar would have been like way back here, and this thing is about 5 feet long, so it's way too close together, and you end up with the thing that wants to rock like this all the time. So anyway, I'm gonna unbox it and then I'll come back and show you the pictures. I also wanted to show you this. This is the box inside of the box, and as you can see, it's got these tight straps on it. This one is well, this one's not doing a whole lot. Guess it popped off. But otherwise, yeah, like super well packed. These are hard plastic. So I saw another video a guy posted, and his was all wet and wrapped in plastic. I don't know if that's how he received it, but mine was not that way. I was very impressed with the shipping. You can see they took great care. The packaging is, the cardboard is, undamaged. It came UPS freight, as I recall. And I did order this on Amazon. The outside wrapper is off, and now you can sort of see the rest of it. So you see what that other strap was. It's really just a wrap around the long ways. It slides up when they slid it into this box, apparently. So my guess is this inner form is the way they all come from China on a pallet, and then they get reboxed here in the States for freight shipment. Just my uneducated guess there. Okay, so now the first peek inside at the tent. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. These look like 80-20 or these extruded aluminum cross beams that are the mounting points. And I'm guessing, yeah, based off the literature I saw online, you can change the direction they face. The cover feels pretty durable, but I went ahead and ordered a second one just because I assume that once I get it on the truck, I'm going to kind of leave it there for a while. The second cover was $100, which seems a bit much considering, but I don't know, that's probably fair. But not really knowing. Let's see, this is a fairly new company over here to the States, even though I think that this is essentially the exact same tent as the Free Spirit or the Go FSR tent. This one just has less bells and whistles. It doesn't have a gas strut to pick it up. And I think the FSR tent looks like it has sort of a quilted inner lining on the body of the tent, maybe to make it, more comfortable in cold weather. Anyway, I'll stop jabbering and continue to unbox this bad boy. Okay, so I went ahead and ripped this off. I wasn't crazy about the idea of a razor blade cutting open the box there, so I just ripped it down. This is interesting. You can see the corner fastener comes with what I thought that was spider web for a second, but I think it's some kind of spray-on adhesive. Yeah, but here, let me get a close-up of this. See how this is those extruded aluminum beams? And when I downloaded the PDF from the Raptor website, it showed them in this configuration, which is how they ship. But it also showed them in the side-to-side configuration. So I suspect, yeah. So back here I can feel a fastener. So I guarantee you, well, I say I can feel a fastener. I can feel a hole. Oh, actually up here, yeah, I feel a fastener here. I feel one here. Yeah, I feel one there. And there's a hole here. Okay. There's another hole here. So every other one has got a hole behind it. So I imagine all I gotta do is figure out what size this is. It feels, let's see, what does this feel like? It feels like a round head. So that's either the nut or that's probably the nut. Yeah, that would have to be the nut because there would be probably a T-bolt inside this. I'll be able to let's just take a clearer look inside here. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Pop that bad boy down. Alright. It's in here fairly securely. So it's not a matter of me just simply lifting it up out of the way. So anyway, the point I was trying to get to there was I'm going to turn these sideways, mount them side to side, I think, so that I can mount them the same direction that the crossbars run. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Figuring it out as I go. Okay, so here she is out of the bag, as it were. I went ahead and put a mark here so that I could see when you open it up what is the back side of the tent, because obviously there's no way to tell otherwise with the cover on. I took a measurement to double check. It's about 83 or so this way and 31. No, those are 31. So I went up there. 31 will fit pretty much in the middle. So I think I am going to leave those kind of where they're at. Now, as I understand it, all the mounting hardware and stuff is actually inside. So you got to take the whole thing apart to get to the mounting hardware. But that's okay. It's kind of cool. I'll get to kind of open it up down here on the ground. So what I'll do is I'll lay the box down, set on the box. By the way, it's not that it's light. I think it's probably about, I want to say it's really feels like it's about 110 pounds or so. This friggin' box that it came in alone is like 20 pounds. And somebody in a video that I saw on this, he said he thought the ladder was like 30 pounds, which is, the ladder is inside of it. I'll double check that in a minute. But I guess point being is that when you load it and unload it. If you leave the ladder somewhere where you can get to it, I guess it'd be a whole lot easier. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this T-bar system that they've got here, this extruded aluminum 80/20 stuff. And I'm going to find me a couple of probably loops that I can bolt into this. And then I'll put a couple of them here and a couple of them on the other side. And from Amazon, I'm going to get some hinges, and I am going to, as you can see, I've got lots of room up here. So I have enough room, I think, that if I could pull my car in far enough, I could pretty much just lift it straight up in the air and remove it from the car. And then I'm going to go to Harbor Freight, and they have these little 1,000-pound furniture dollies for like $12 each. Right now they're on sale. Only like $20 regular, or $15, I think. So I could take those furniture dollies, they're wood, screw a couple of 2x4s to them, and basically make a cradle this can sit into, so that I can, if I do the pulleys right, I can lower one side down and then set it down into the furniture dolly. Anyway, that's down the road. It's all in my head right now. It's all theoretical. So yeah, let's move on to the next phase of the operation. All right, I've got the tent outside. I'm gonna opening it up for the first time here. The problem with moving it around, let me set this over here. The problem with moving it around isn't really so much the weight. This is very cumbersome. Alright, sorry. Oh yeah, you were looking at me. So I'm 6 feet. If I stretch my feet out, I'll catch you in. But see how much room there is above my head. So, I mean, I'm not exactly a skinny dude. See, the seams are all very nicely taped. All of them. Feels like a nice sturdy material. The bed foam is a bit stiff, to be honest with you. I like that. Little no seam window here. There's one on both sides. Now obviously with this on the ground, I've just got the pins on the hinges holding it open. And there's a big window here at the back. And you can see kind of how big the overhang is. And that's really not fully extended because I don't have the straps tied down to anything. But we're going to sit up here, which you can do very easily. There's plenty of room to sit here. So you're hanging off the side of your car here. Plenty of room to sit up. Some of the seam tape you can see here. I mean, I'm fairly impressed with the quality of materials, to be perfectly frank. You know, I got this off Amazon when it was, so normally it's $900, and then for, I guess probably for like Cyber Monday, they knocked $50 off of it. But I'm kind of fortunate that my company reimburses me up to $800 a year for fitness equipment, to which they include camping gear. So after taxes and whatnot, I'm only into this tent for $120. Seemed like a no-brainer to me. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a nap and then call my buddy to help me put it up on the car. Good night. I want to show you the bag of stuff. It's a pretty heavy bracket you got here. This is a nice heavy rubberized rubber sleeve for these guys. This is a nice little touch. I mean, it's not snap-on quality, but really only has to last one use to have served its purpose. But a ratcheting wrench? I mean, come on. Yeah, it cost him 25 cents. So let's see how it comes. Let's see what else we got. Open this guy. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Okay, so here is the Alright, so okay, these slide into the little extruded aluminum fittings. That's fancy. Didn't expect that. And they have extra end caps. And as I recall, there were already end caps on the mount bars. Okay, here are the T-bar fittings. These are the nice ones too. Just got the little indent ball. So you slide them in and they don't move any further. That's an upgrade from what you can normally get, which is just they slide in and they move all over the place. Now I can't really tell by looking at them, but I can't tell if they're just chromed. They have a slight finish. I think they're just chromed. I was going to say for a second I thought maybe they were stainless, but that would be a bit much. Got these guys too. Alright, so I'm going to take a look here at the instructions and see what it says. Okay, I'm giving you a mid-progress report. My buddy just left. Honestly, setting it up there was the easiest part. So the thing comes with a bunch of hardware. You've got a bunch of these long bolts and the shorter bolts, if you can sort of see, I've got there. So mine, I thought, oh, I just need some short bolts, but actually what I would recommend is take your long ones and put them on the insides. Put them on the insides, because that way it'll be easier, if you've got the room, that is, it'll be easier to start the nut. And in fact, I might have just used the long ones entirely, because these short ones, I can't really move it. This gap here is not enough for me to get my arm in. It's not enough room here for me to get my arm in either. So tightening up the inner, not going to be too hard, for the front because I'm just going to go in through the sunroof, but these back here might be a bit of a challenge. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to reach them yet. I will keep you posted. Okay, so I can't do any more today. I've run into a problem I'm going to have to sit down and think about. So this is the bracket. As you can see, it's fully tightened on one side, and there's still a significant gap underneath the bracket there. So I'm not going to bother tightening the other side or any of the others. I'm going to need to come up with a method that will allow me to tighten this down properly. Kind of the downside you get when you get a universal mounting system. So yeah, to be continued.